Hello, good morning. How are we all? So, time for a bit of reflection on what was a pretty desperate day yesterday for us. I was very tempted to record something straight after, but I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm gonna wait to see what the manager says, have a little bit of look at reaction, see if what everyone else is thinking. Maybe my opinions would have changed when you just think a bit more on it. They haven't. It was just dreadful. The lack of quality is glaring, and I've made some notes. Not gonna go from start to finish, but for me the starting 11 was fine. Obviously we knew that Dimmy was struggling a little bit, so even to have him on the bench was good. Look, after 20 minutes, I wouldn't have blamed the manager for making 2 changes. Kesh Anderson didn't even look like a League 2 player. Honestly, how many times did he give the ball away? In no pressure. Right, running through the middle of the park and 10-yard passes that a professional footballer can't make. Listen, they're all going to misplace one. He did it at least 7, 8 times. An air shot in the box. It was fucking embarrassing. And he doesn't do anything. Doesn't change anything. The sideways and backwards passing is getting beyond a joke. Now, I like the setup. Anyone that listens to me knows that I think Mark Leonard is fantastic, and he proved it again yesterday. He was our best player by a mile. Looking forward, him and Doyle, brilliant. Forward thinking. The problem is, the players ahead of him, they're just, either they're not capable or they're not willing to do what is necessary. Countless times when either Doyle or Leonard had the ball and they were looking to punch through, and that had to go sideways or backwards because there was nothing going on. Right. Peck, I'm really losing my rag with the needless sideways passing. Now, we're playing him in the advanced role, and when we were getting the ball in, which we were quite often, even in an advanced 10 area, he's still playing backwards and sideways. Who ever heard of a defensive 10? Is this a new thing we're going for now? A defensive 10? Crossing, he's just appalling. Zero quality that goes there. And when we do beat the first man, there's no one even within 5 yards. Where's the anticipation? Where's the striker play? Like, if you watch crosses go in, Jay is 5 yards away from any cross that goes in the box. Like Kyogo, on the other hand, he's there. Defender might get there first, but when we did finally get a little bit of quality in the box when Kumas come on, he was there. Dimmy got there. You're getting in front of a player. Can we get the touch or force a corner and make defenders defend? And we just don't make basics. Yes, first man heading crosses away. That's not making defenders defend. Making defenders defend is scrambling. The only 2 quality crosses that we put in the whole game came in the last 10 minutes. 2 from Kumas and 1 from Gray, and they either all of them forced corners, or Dimmy's one, which was the best effort we had. I mean, he did really well. I mean, barely even a chance, a half chance, isn't it? Getting in front of the defender, could have easily got it on target. He scores. But then that leads me to our corners. Now, I don't know what conversations are going on in that dressing room. We had 6 corners yesterday. Right. If you don't believe me, watch them back. We had 6 corners. I shit you not. The goalkeeper made first contact on 5 out of the 6 corners. They were exactly the same. What is this? Having 8 players in the 6-yard box. I mean, what is going on? Yeah, I can't even put my finger on it. It's just like this repetition thing that's going on. It's just because no, this is the way to do it. Do you know what it made me think of? Like, this is for any Blackadder fans. Blackadder goes forth, and Melchid and Darling and Blackadder are in the office, and he said, "Oh, yes, Field Marshal Haig, he's got a plan for when we go over the top." And Blackadder says, "Yes, does it involve walking out the trenches and moving very slowly towards the enemy?" And they go, "How could you possibly know that? It's top secret." Well, it's because we did it last time, and the 17 times before that. Yes, exactly. And because we've done it 17 times, 18 times before, they'll never expect it this time. And that is exactly what is going on with our football. I can just imagine the opposition, the dossieres. Oh yeah, just let them have the ball. They won't do anything with it. Oh yeah, and when they have corners, they're just going to put it on the goalkeeper. And it'll be the same every single one. So let's just practice for an hour. That's what we do. Every single time. And the problem, the biggest problem, it seems, is there's either an unwillingness to change that is so stubborn that it's going to cost us, or they can't see that it's a problem. They still think that this is the way to go. Now, I think anyone with eyes that has watched us play more than once this season thinks to yourself, if you took the score at the bottom or top corner, it would be like you're watching the same game on loop over and over and over again. The sideways and backwards passing, you're getting to the point where it's taking us 7 passes to get into an area that should and could have taken 2. It might work in League One. It ain't going to work at this level. And I really expected, especially after the first couple of games, the Ipswich game and the Sheffield United game, you know, there was a bit more of a zip to us. You know, there was a bit more high tempo. You know, a good higher press. You know, hunting impact. And I haven't seen any of that recently. And there's no change of pace either as well. I mean, for the goal that we give away. I mean, I'm not. Listen, who can we blame for this really? Right? Pecker's took 20 touches and just moved forward. Not forward. He's had 7-8 opportunities to unload the ball forward. And he chooses to run across. Then he runs into trouble when he's got an easy 5-yard pass on. And then they break away. And listen, it's not a secret that I don't think this goalkeeper, well, I don't trust him, basically. The man, okay, he's done Neumann for pace, fair play. I mean, the lad's quick, you know, that's a long run. Especially when you're not running with the ball, you're actually chasing the ball. You know, you get, he hasn't left him for dead, you know, but he's just managed to keep that yard and a half ahead of him. So fair play to the striker. You know, he's got a lot of grass in front of him. What the fuck is the goalkeeper still doing in the 6-yard box when the striker's now 10 yards from goal? You know, he comes running out when he can't get it, and then stays in the 6-yard box. I saw the replay. Yeah, okay, he had a little slip. He shouldn't have been in the 6-yard box. When your man is 25 yards out, he's got to be. I mean, that's just basic goalkeeping. So he's not for me, this goalkeeper. I don't trust him at all. I don't think his handling's very good. He looks like a giraffe trying to kick a football when he's distributing. He's long balls now are just lumps. I mean, also, okay, it hasn't been fantastic this season, his distribution, especially his long range stuff, but it's been a lot better than that. And I'm at an absolute loss for most things. I pulled up the stats for our shots on target throughout the season. We've actually conceded more shots on target than we've had. So we are now 12 games into a season. We are now a quarter of the way through a season, And we have had, wait for it, in 12 league games, 35 shots on target. And this is where we really get to where most of our problems lie. We only hit the target 18% of the time. My God. And check this one out. Percentage of shots to goals, actual shots, not whether they're on target or anything else, shots to goals, so from total shots of the season to goals scored, 0.06%. It's a half of 1%. Oh God. But we're still there. Well, so not us, but the manager's still there going, oh yes, we dominated, Listen, having a water pass to Neumann, who's 5 yards away, when you're on the way line 25 times in the first half, that's not dominating a game. That's just possession for ridiculous possession. Right? I know Iwasa's not a right back, but I'm sorry, he's got a lot more about him than knocking 5-yard passes into his centre half when he's got 15, 20 yards in front of him. A player like Patrick Robertson in front of him. Players like Leonard and Doyle who will unlock defences. And oh my God, it's this reluctance to even have any accountability. I want the manager to come out and go, look, something isn't working. But he thinks it's working. He's on about creating, we just need to create that moment. Well, no, how about creating 20 moments in a game? How about changing the pace? How about having your wide players actually just come inside a little bit more on a massive pitch? It was so easy for them two fullbacks. I mean, there was once in the first half when Keshi got behind and Lennon knocked a ball in. But then again, he miscontrolled it, never got across it. Fuck him off. Fuck them all off. Really annoyed. Still, the day after, I am livid with the reluctance to even acknowledge that this just isn't working. It's not working. He said in the interview, we limited Bristol City to 1 shot. Okay. What was that the hope at the start of the game? Let's limit them to 1 shot. I'm always happy if we can do that. Gives a fuck. You got attacking players. A defensive 10, a defensive number 10. And you're playing football that just doesn't involve your striker again. I mean, how can you fault Jay for not touching the ball when there's no even intent to involve him in it? I'm at a loss. I'll be dead honest with you, because the problem that I foresee is that this style just isn't going to change. I watched Brentford versus Liverpool last night. The pace of the game is just on another level to us. And when you watch a game, a team like Brentford, who I've got to say, I mean, I really feared for Brentford, with Frank Levy and Wembo and Wizzo and Norgard all going. I'll tell you what, forget your AI for recruitment. Just see if you can bloody copy Brentford. It's like a fantastic, athletic, strong, clever footballers that play for that football club, and it's just we are a million miles off. We're way further off than I thought we were. I honestly thought that we would adapt, especially with the players that we brought in. Keep that midfield and defensive structure, which seems to go well. Okay, we've had a few injuries, but then you're bringing in a better quality of attacking players that will go and win your football matches, and they're just not. Looking for singular moments of opportunity, it just isn't enough. something's got to change. I mean, I said it in the video. Either the manager's got to change the way we're doing things, or we've got to change the manager. And by us doing the same things over again, it means that people like us are going to be saying the same things over and over. We don't want the manager to fail. We like him, but he's either unable to admit that something isn't right and is going to change it, or he can't see it. And if he can't see it, then that's a bigger problem. And the thing that keeps sticking in my head, I know I got it, is the corners. Honestly, if you have a chance, and I know it's a bit difficult, 6 corners, 8 players in the 6-yard box every time, goalkeeper got contact on 5 out of the 6. And we still carried on doing it. We've got 2 home games now. Something's got to change. Something's got to change. I think looking through comments, people are saying the same, and it won't be long before the crowd, especially at home, will start letting the players know, or the management know. And I think as soon as that happens, I think Wagner will do something. I don't really want this turmoil. Although Graham Potter hasn't got a job, just saying. Anyway, that's my rant. It might be. Do you know when that in years gone by? I mean, I said in the video after the open house that, you know, maybe you're focusing a bit too much on now. You know, bigger picture. You know, I'm not worried about the bigger picture at the moment, and the now has to be worried about. That was just unacceptable yesterday. And who's to blame? I really think the manager's got to, and the coaching team have got to take a really hard look at themselves, because if they think that they're going to carry on doing this, and it's suddenly going to work, then they are in cuckoo land. Speak to you soon. Keep right on. That's my rant over.